Minnehaha Falls had apparently got its name before Longfellow put a character Minnehaha in his Song of Hiawatha, but the poem made the falls a nationally known tourist attraction. The story goes that the daguerreotypist Alexander Hessler came to the falls with Joel Whitney. They chopped down a couple of trees to get a better composition, like you do, and gave some of the photos to George Sumner, who showed it to Longfellow, supposedly inspiring Longfellow to write the poem. There are lots and lots of stereos of the falls. Here are a few views of downtown Minneapolis. And a few views of downtown St. Paul. Weird historical connection. Custer used to come to downtown St. Paul a few times a year in the 1870s because the Army's Department of Dakota was headquartered there, so that's where his boss's office was. He could get on a Northern Pacific train in Bismarck, near Fort Abraham Lincoln, that would take him here. They did some of the planning for the Black Hills expedition in St. Paul. His wife would buy groceries that were hard to find in Bismarck. Here are a few views of steamboats at St. Paul's Lower Landing, now called Lambert's Landing. From about 1880 until 1930, the Minneapolis Mill District was the biggest in the U.S. There was massive water power available and extensive rail access to the wheat fields of the Dakotas and Canada. With the machinery being driven by belts with no guards, and workers sometimes having to replace belts while under power, it's no wonder that Minneapolis became a leader in artificial limb manufacture starting in the 1880s. The lumber industry also contributed. Flour dust, in the right mix with air, is highly explosive. It took the industry a while to get the hang of dust control. In 1878, the Washburn A mill exploded, killing 18 people and destroying 5 nearby mills. It was impossible to make a photo of the moment of ignition, but that didn't stop Jacoby from making this artist's conception. There were some legitimate stereos of the aftermath, though. After a New York reporter called St. Paul, "Another Siberia, unfit for human habitation in winter," St. Paulites thought, "We'll show him," and started a winter carnival in 1886, which continues to this day. Some spectacular palaces have been built out of ice over the years. Here are several views of the 1886 one. St. Paul's Como Lake is, named after the one in the Italian Alps, but it might look a little different. It's part of a park that was developed between 1873 and 1915. There's still a Japanese garden, though the current version dates from 1979. There's still a water lily display, but not like this. You'll recognize Jim Mornis's photo from the convention logo.